Johnny Dumbbell, what's good, fam? How we doing this evening?
Oh, pretty good. Had an eventful weekend, despite the fact the Steelers lost Thursday. Man, both the Pens and the Riverhounds won Saturday night by the same score, 3-0. Riverhounds looking like they're making the playoffs, might even get a home playoff game. So things are getting a little exciting in the area of Pittsburgh soccer, which, believe it or not, is a much bigger market than people believe. It's growing here, and people are loving it. As I stand here and hold a football. But anyway, no, things are going great. Beautiful day today after an entirely rainy Sunday. But yeah, things are looking good right now. My business is growing. My empire is rising, and as should yours be, young man. Let's go.
Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell. All right, Johnny, it's Monday night, so it's Ask Your Favorite Uncles. And this is always one of my favorite shows because I love the opportunity to be of service and answer the nephew's questions and just give them the game on how to move forward. So what do you got in store for us tonight, Johnny?
Okay, so we got a young nephew coming to us, and I mean, I'm glad that he's doing this. He's 18 years old. You know, he's just gotten his first real heartbreak and the letdown after the heartbreak, and I think that seems to be bothering him even more. But hey, look, he's coming to us young, and at least he's not waiting until he's 38 and on the verge of his third divorce. You know, we don't need that. So he says, she moved on. We're both 18. Turns out she's dating someone. I don't know how to feel. I feel so pathetic. I don't know what's going on with her. I thought I was going to be ready for this, but I'm just shaking and overwhelmed with emotion. Not sadness, not anger, not grief. Miles, you got to quit listening to Boys to Men. Just something. I wish I didn't meet her at all. It feels like I'm embarrassing myself by constantly missing someone and having dreams with someone who moved on happily. But now I can grieve properly. I can wake up to reality, and I can be okay with the truth. I think I'll be okay. I deleted TikTok and Discord. It's over, but what is it that I'm actually feeling? Dude, the thing of it is that you're feeling pain because you are still in transition. You're not necessarily even feeling pain about her. Look, we know what happened with her. And the thing of it is, nothing she's going to be doing in her future is going to be designed to help you. You got to design that program that's going to help you. And right now, what you are feeling is the fact that you are at square one. You haven't even figured out that you need a program, much less how to build a program. And that's okay. You're 18, dude. You might still be far ahead of where I was at that age. Believe me, I was a knucklehead. The important thing is that you, unlike me, had the sense to come and ask somebody who can help you. I chased off anybody that tried to help me when I was your age. So I'm glad to see that you're at least not repeating at least my mistake. I don't know about Uncle Bill here, but I mean, definitely at least mine. You're feeling transition. You are feeling a transition from something where the world was yours, or you had this entire universe built around this thing, and now you have no universe. You're in that purgatory of chaos, well, not even chaos, of nothingness, because you didn't have your own program. You didn't have your own routine. You didn't have your own way of doing things. And when your way of life, which you centered around her, most likely, now that that's gone, you don't even know who you are. I suggest you figure that out as quickly as possible. Not what you want to do in life, because, God, you're 18. All right, I didn't know what I wanted to do till I was 34 years old. It's okay. But I think you need to figure out who you want to be before on your path to figuring out what you want to do. I think once you identify yourself to yourself and you build that identity, within your own heart and mind, that is going to be the very foundation upon which you should be building your routine, whether it involves exercise or not. It should. Whether it involves making your bed or not, which also it should. But most importantly, building your own principles and what you're willing to accept and what you're willing to dispose of in life as non-negotiables. You got to stop negotiating with yourself, and you'll figure out what those non-negotiables are. Uncle Bill, what do you got?
Johnny.
Bless that bitch.
She broke his heart. We're talking about his very first heartbreak.
Hey, man, look, he's young. We all get attached to that first piece.
Well, here's the thing. With his first heartbreak, she's exposing things about him that he needs to work on. So I know it's a tough one for him to get over, because he has a lot of work to do on himself at 18 years old, but he's got time. And as long as he has a desire to change, he's got to want it.
Yeah.
If he does that, then we got some great news for him. Hold on, we got a couple comments here. Mini Mom says hi. Appreciate you tapping in, Mini Mom. It's always a pleasure to have you in the chat. Eloise Racknut tapping in.
Suzy in the
Brandy,
house.
great to see you here this week. Breakups suck, but they happen in life. We just have to eventually accept it. Just took it as a bump in the road for what's really meant in your life. All right, Brandy, let me ask you something. Is that the advice you would give your own son? Because I mean, that's some good advice, but I got to tell you, as a young man, he shouldn't be fazed by a woman not wanting to continue the relationship with him. He should have so many options out here that losing one woman is, I don't know, Johnny, how do I want to put this nicely? You wouldn't even notice it, right?
Right. I mean, the context of this email, it really, to me, says that, I mean, the way he worded it and the way he talked about the nothingness and the emptiness and the pathetic feeling that he's feeling just really screams the fact that, yeah, he never had his own program, which meant that he was either trying to fit hers or, I don't know. Yeah, he was trying to fit hers. And when it no longer fit, the real person who was leading the relationship all the way finally let herself away. And there he was.
Okay. So he's got some stuff to work on here. Yeah. I would start with what he's got some things against himself. For you to feel,
yeah, I mean, I would
you don't even enjoy yourself. You don't even like yourself, because if you like yourself, you're okay being by yourself. You're not going to feel a nothingness. So that kind of tells me that you're right. He doesn't know himself. He doesn't really have his own identity. He's probably emulating other people in his life. Some of them probably unsuccessfully.
Yeah.
What were you?
I think he needs to be able to find his own rhythm and his own routine in life. And I think that one of the ways he should be able to do that is, and this, I would like to try this. I would like him to try this at least 5 days a week. Do this Monday through Friday or whatever days you pick. But I want you to set a time for you to get up in the morning, whether you have to be at school or work or not. I want you to just, that's the time you just get up in the morning. Okay. And when you do, I want you to make your bed. It's a real simple act, takes you maybe 30 to 45 seconds, and that's if you're dragging ass. But make your bed and make that a routine. Once you see that you're able to do that habit to the point where it's just automatic, like it is for Uncle Bill and myself, I think you're going to need to start to build a certain value in your own eyes of creating your own rhythm and creating your own routine and creating your own program eventually. In that time of consistency of doing something for yourself, I really think that you're going to finally get to a point where you're going to want to not only do things for yourself to maintain, you're going to want to do things for yourself to improve. And at that point, I'd like you to get in touch with us and let us know how it's going. If you could do it for 2 weeks straight, I want to hear about it. Because I think if you can rise to the challenge of creating a program for yourself, you can rise to the challenge of achieving anything, romantically or otherwise, that you see in your future. And I tell you this at 18, because people told me it's this 18. The difference is I didn't exactly listen. I didn't exactly hear it all. Okay. This is going to be on Bill and my page for quite some time. You'll be able to go back and reference this all the time. When I was your age, people just repeatedly told me these things and I let it slide. So don't let this go in one ear and out the other like I did. Come on, man.
Okay. So Johnny, he's going to need a certain amount of self-discipline, and I like giving him a routine, replacing things he used to do with positive things, making your bed. Because, we talk about this all the time. If you don't make your bed, you failed. You need to go back and redo it and start over. But self-discipline at 18, it's not about being perfect, nephew. It's about taking control of your impulses. Look, so
yep. Oh, God, yes.
You need a like Uncle Johnny's telling you, you need a program that actually works for you. So I would start with non-negotiables. Like John's saying, do certain things every day, like make your bed, wake up at the same time, exercise, and you have to do those no matter what, especially on days that you don't want to. Because, nephew, I got to tell you, that's when I get some of the best workouts is when didn't want to get up and go to the gym, and I make myself do it anyway, and I show up for me, and I just have a great workout, and it just helps with the whole rest of my day. I like to go to the gym early in the morning myself because I'm the best version of myself first thing in the morning. That's when I'm the most alert. So I want to put positive energy into me. So that's what I could put out into the universe throughout the rest of my day. Now,
Yeah, anybody can invest. Yeah, anybody can invest money into something if they have enough of it. But the investment you make in yourself is immaterial, and it really just is drawn from the content of your desire to improve. Keep that in your mind every day, and I think as long as you're looking to go to sleep better than you were when you woke up, and you strive for that, at least in some small way, I think you'll be well on your way, man.
All right, so nephew, something else you got to do is stop negotiating with your feelings. Okay, you're
especially with yourself.
lonely, you're feeling nothing. I can't remember exactly how you worded it, but your feelings are guests. Discipline is the landlord, nephew. So don't let your feelings dictate how you move. You got to train yourself to do the things you say you're going to do, regardless of your mood as well.
Yeah, we're not asking you to suppress your emotions. We're asking you to get better at controlling your response to those emotions.
Yeah, because you can't build discipline in chaos. So you have to, you got to protect your peace. You got to guard your environment. If that means unfollowing people who waste your time, or keeping your room clean, or even, nephew, I know you don't want to hear this at 18, but limiting your screen time.
So important.
Because this is what we're talking about. Self-discipline. Or, bro, delete one time-wasting app once a month. Why don't we do that? Okay?
Especially if it's also costing you money.
Now, if you something else you had to do is set consequences and rewards for these things. Accountability turns intentions into reality. All right? I'll say that again
every time,
in case you didn't hear me. Accountability turns intentions into reality. So you got to set consequences and rewards, hit your goals for the week, and reward yourself, whether it's screen time, a movie, whatever it is. But discipline grows faster when it costs you to fail. So there's also has to be consequences too.
Every single time.
Now, what I would like to see you do is build mental toughness. Okay, you're 18. My question would be, what do you do for work, sir? Are you working around a bunch of men that are going to influence you and give you some thick skin and teach you how men are supposed to move? Or are you like putting fries in a bag or something, bro? I mean, I'm not trying to knock your hustle. Gainful employment is gainful employment, but you got to do more, buddy, because it comes down to you. Angel says, she says, I'm with you, Bill. Stop wasting time on the internet or other things that's not really building your life. Well,
no, I mean, and that's just it. The real problems are going to be 6 inches in front of your face. You're not going to solve them by putting your phone 4 inches in front of your face. It doesn't work that way.
You have to stress it. I like to take cold showers. I know that sounds absolutely ridiculous, but I take cold showers because I train myself to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I put myself in the most awkward social situations at times to test myself, to grow, to see where my weaknesses are. But really, I'd like to see you develop mental toughness at 18. And you got to remember why you're doing it. So you remember that feeling that what did he say, Johnny? He feels like nothing, lost. Okay.
Well, I mean, the thing of it is, he didn't have his own program, so that when he was dismissed from the program that he was unknowingly even following, because he probably doesn't realize he was following it. You know, now, and the fact that he's asking us in the way he's asking us shows me he had no idea what happened. And look, neither did we. You were following her program. She, for whatever reason, needed to move on. Found less respect for you, more respect for somebody, whatever else it happens to be. The fact is that once you were away from that program, you had no idea what you were going to do. You had no idea who you even were. You didn't have a routine if it didn't involve her. This is all too common, man. You centered your entire world around women. Now, Bill's done this, I've done this, and it never ends well. And when it does end, you feel like your whole world crashed down, because in reality, well, it didn't crash down. it went away. And the thing of it is whether you messed around and screwed things up, whether she screwed things up, the fact of the matter is the very fact that you think you have nothing left in this world in this moment that you're sitting there is really your own. Even if you had a program beforehand, you abandoned it with her. But chances are you hadn't discovered yourself before you started the whole ritual of courting, mating, whatever the hell we want to call it, because, hey, that's your biological desire, especially at your age. Trust me on that. But that's the problem. Even though you're looking at it from a standpoint of it all starts with you thinking with the wrong head, kid. Okay. That will lead you down that path. And then you're going to start to think you feel feelings that maybe you don't feel. You're going to start to, your hormones are going nuts enough at 18 as it is, but now you're adding that into the mix. This is a situation where you were probably pulled into her orbit by the things that she was doing for you or the things that you were doing together or whatever it happens to be that you were pursuing with her. And so because you made it your mission to be able to get that as consistently as you could, once she went away, you had nothing, man. I'll bet you there's a few friends of yours you haven't talked to in months. Ouch. Text them, man. I'll bet you've got some family members that you probably should be catching up with right now. Not besides your uncles, of course. But it was a good idea. It was a good idea to get hold of us, though. It really was. But I think that it's time you reconnect with some of the people that knew you when you were a little bit younger than you are now. And I know you're already pretty young, but it's a good idea to connect with some of those people that you got disconnected from and maybe figure out where it is you want to go in life. Find out what it is you want to accomplish in the next 2 or 3 years. At this age, that's a pivotal decision. Know where you're going in life before you get involved in a serious relationship anyway. For right now, you should be having your mind on your business, trying to make steps forward to establish yourself as a man in our current economy and society. Once you've established that, guess what? That's your program. You've already figured that out. Then you go ahead and make a decision on who you want to date instead of saying, oh, wow, she's pretty. Let me get her attention.
Well, Johnny, here's what I'd like him to remember. At 18, nephew, you got a choice. Comfort now or freedom later. It's up to you. What I'd like you to do, nephew, is write this down. I'm building discipline so my future self never has to beg for an opportunity. Can you please do that for me?
Or at least type it into your Samsung notes and save it on your desktop so you see it every time. Or your wallpaper, whatever the hell.
Angel says, also give yourself grace. You're 18. I'm in my early 40s and still learning.
Yep.
Well said.
And on a side note, shout out to the great comedian from Pittsburgh, Billy Gardell. If you have the chance to do it, for a couple of hours a day, shut off your phone and put it in a drawer and go have a verbal conversation with somebody. Just try it.
All right.
So
what else we got tonight, Johnny?
Miles, thanks, brother. We'll follow up with you, man. And
Johnny, let me get our phone lines open so they can call in with questions of their own. I apologize, nephew. I should have started that before we even got started tonight.
Yeah, that's what we're here for, guys. So while Uncle Bill's doing that, this one comes from Dylan. That is such a millennial name. This is Dylan. Cool dude, man. He really is. But he is a millennial. Anyway, question for the attractive guys out there. Do women ever approach you? That's the subject. Yeah. Now, he says, for the good-looking guys out there, I'm curious. Do women ever come up to you first, or is it always on you to start things? If they do, how often does it occur? I ask because for a lot of average-looking guys, even when we think we're getting some kind of signal like eye contact or smile, it still feels risky to approach. It seems like most women don't want to be approached unless they already find the guy attractive. And if we misread the situation, we just make them uncomfortable. I guess another question for the guys who do get approached, do you like it? Is it awkward? Or do you really not care either way? Well, I got to tell you, see, here's the thing, Dylan. You're going to, you wanted to know some good information from some knowledgeable, attractive guys. You wanted information from knowledgeable, attractive guys, but you wrote us. So we're just your uncles. Uncle Bill, here's the thing, man.
Okay.
I think he's prioritizing the wrong foot to put forward here.
Okay. So first of all, nephew, it's weird that you think other men are attractive. Okay, let's just put that out there. And second of all,
I think what he means is the conventionally accepted
first
good
of all,
looks
Johnny,
thing.
I don't think anybody's better looking than me. I have enough self-confidence in myself and my own ability to talk to any woman anywhere that I'm really not concerned with looks. And this is what I've been saying for 2 years, that looks don't matter. Here's the thing. You can't explain sexual attraction. And when a woman is sexually attracted to you, all the rules are bent, broken, or forgotten. So, and they do that themselves.
Yeah,
so yes, I have had women approach me. Absolutely. But you have to understand that women can't take being shot down. Well, I don't want to generalize and say all, but a lot of women can't take being shot down. So they'll do stuff at, like Johnny has been teaching me since 2008, give you indicators of interest. Now, when they show you these indicators of interest, nephew, that's when it's on you to be a man and pursue her. So you have to have an approach. You have to have a solid approach that's not going to change per woman, per situation, where you're at. It's not conditional. It's not situational, because your approach with every woman should be the same, an introduction of you. And you don't change who you are. You're always you. You're not flexible. You're not compromising. You're not this way on Tuesday and a different way on Friday. You are consistent as a man. You stay the same. So you approach every woman the same, an introduction of you. Now, where a lot of guys go wrong is they have intentions behind doing it. They find these women attractive. They like the way they look. And that comes through in their words and the way that they communicate with these women. So women find a lot of these dudes creepy, desperate, and weird. She probably thinks you're weird, bro. But the good news is your favorite uncles are here to tell you how to do this correctly. So go ahead, Johnny.
Yeah. And the thing of it is that, like I tell you guys all the time, if you are faking confidence, whether you're hiding behind money or whether you're hiding behind this false attitude that you're trying to put forth to make yourself appear confident enough for her to be attracted to you, or for those of you guys who honestly think that you really just have to be a dick to get a girl to like you, that is not at all what you are. The thing of it is you're approaching it from the wrong way, from the wrong mentality. The thing of it is that they're not looking for the symmetrically nice face. Look, I ain't got it. Come on, man. I mean, the thing of it is that they're looking for strength. They're looking for good genetics, and not just when it comes to the aesthetics. As a matter of fact, for the most part, they would like to see that you are unapologetically who you are. That's strength. They want to see that you walk tall, whatever it is that you do, because you believe in what you are doing to be good for your system, for your particular system, for your particular program. And I mean, that's just it. If they can have that respect for you, to know that not only do you have a program, but you don't deviate from it because you came up with this on your own, knowing it was best for you, then you are the leader of your own life. And she may not fit into that. She may actually decide herself, well, okay, I don't want to go down that path. Hey, that's cool. We always have a phrase. We have a phrase for that. Blessings on your journey. Best of luck to you. And, we both move forward and, with mutual respect. But the fact of the matter is that down that line, if you keep traveling that path towards being the best version of yourself you could possibly be, and then improving upon that once you get there, because remember, there is no before and after, only before and current. And that's the attitude you have to have as you move forward in your own development, professionally, physically, mentally, spiritually, whatever you want to call it. Like I tell you guys all the time, we're here to show you how to make those improvements, or at least how to make the first few steps. We might be the uncles the whole family talks about, but there's a reason why those stories are legendary. There's a moral to each one of them.
All right, Johnny, we got some comments from the ladies in the chat tonight. Minnie Mom says, we don't send signals if we're not interested.
No. I mean, and the thing of it is, and do you know why? The reason they don't send signals when they're not interested is because the signals they send, they don't even usually mean to send. That is called body language. That is exactly what we were talking about with indicators of interest. So absolutely. When you're putting forth that energy, sometimes you want to make it obvious to the guy, but let's face it, we're guys. You don't have to make it that freaking obvious. You have those subtleties, you have those movements. And the fact of the matter is that if you are in tune enough, if you're intuitive enough when you're talking to a woman, you should be able to pick up on these signs at least after a few dates. This is why we tell you, get out there and make contact. This is why we tell you, approach these ladies, meet them. If they're not interested, great. No means go on to the next one. Great. But the thing of it is that when those signals come across, don't pay attention to these signals. Pay attention to the body language. Pay attention to those things that she may not necessarily be able to control. If you are, and I highly suggest you at least find a way or two to make her laugh, because is it going to be a laugh and a touch your arm or a so I mean, pay attention to those things, okay? But yeah, they're not going to give across, they're not going to put across that signal if there's nothing to signal.
Angel says, I have been with abs, handsome, all that, but super boring and no swag.
Oh my God.
But I'm talking about why you guys got to do swag checks before you go further than the mailbox, and not to be boring, to excite these women, to turn them on, to ignite a passion in them. Nephews, I've been telling you all this.
These days, I even put on cologne to play video games.
Here's the thing, Johnny. I know an OG that's in a wheelchair. He has no legs, and he gets more bitches than anybody I know. Okay, it comes down to mouthpiece. He has confidence, and he is able to say things and intrigue women in a way where he never has a shortage of women. And the OG don't have any legs, dog. So if he could do that, nephew, there are women out there for each and every one of you. You just got to know how to make yourself interesting to them.
Yeah, I mean, that's just it. I mean, like I say, we're not saying to be anything other than you. Be unapologetic. But if you're going to be you, be unapologetically you. And by being unapologetically you, I don't want you to be afraid that the way you're acting is going to come across creepy. No. I want you to be afraid that the way you come across is going to be a little bit too irresistible, and you might not have any peace and quiet pretty soon.
Okay, John.
Okay, I want you to be able to put across an energy that, hey, this is the person that I've gotten to know I am, and I'd like to share it. This is how cool I think this is. Until you feel that kind of love for yourself, man, I would say take a break.
When we talk about being unapologetically yourself, that means you're not afraid of what anybody thinks about it, nephew. So yeah, you got a lot of work to do, and like we can give you a 7-day self-discipline starter plan if you'd like. If you want to shoot me a DM, I'd be more happy to go over that with you, because I'm huge on self-discipline, and I know from personal experience it can change your life.
Absolutely.
So yeah, if you got any questions, please call in. We would love to answer them. We got our number
time,
here.
all the way. All right. So the next guy we got, this is Marty. And did I get that right? Yeah, it's Marty. So this is a little lengthy. Marty's going to kind of get an ass whooping, okay? Because as I read, I'm going to actually be counting by number the red flags that I'm going to read. That's what I'm going to say. When you hear me say a number, that's how many we got. But anyway, it's kind of the way it is. So, and Marty, listen, man, again, it's all nothing but tough love here, but this is going to be something you've already learned the hard way, but this is going to be kind of a tough lesson as to how and why this happened. So he says, my ex-girlfriend broke me and my will. She had just ended a relationship with another and told me how bad it was and how different I was. So you were a rebound. Okay, gotcha. By June, we were seeing each other, and by July, it felt like I was part of her life and her kids' lives. I took them to rodeos. He's from Columbus, Ohio, by the way. I took them to rodeos and helped with and loved them like my own. You bought the whole we are a package deal BS, because that sounds like that happened within a month and a half.
It was, Johnny.
Yep. Even her best friend cried to me, telling me she was finally being treated right. It was only recently that I came across your podcast. So now that I see that there were a few red flags that I either ignored or ran right into, and others that he calls us Dumbbell and the Conqueror. Without Dumbbell and the Conqueror, I would probably never have recognized on my own. I think that's awesome. Dumbbell and the Conqueror.
I'll teach you the Conqueror's code, nephew. Just keep watching, subscribe to the channels. We'll teach you everything you need to know.
Thanks, Marty. So anyway, but behind the good moments were red flags. Number one, she was on methadone. But two, she drank heavily daily, sometimes more than a six-pack, and used nicotine constantly. Early on, she admitted to me that three, she used to use subsaxophone and a female hero. She had a mechanical heart valve replacement because of damage from medications. I didn't judge. I just loved her and wanted to be steady for her. In September, I took a new job 2 hours north. We talked about selling our homes and moving together, but once I left town, she started pulling away. Communication dropped. She visited less, and she got defensive if I questioned anything. By November 2024, she was pregnant. She told me the doctor said it wasn't safe with her valve and her health. She had that taken care of. She told me later she actually wanted to keep it, but she couldn't. Our first breakup happened November 7th, 2024. Are you really memorizing the date of a breakup? She left with her daughter one night after a fight and gave me back her promise ring. And number 5, said she needed space. A few weeks later at 2 a.m., she reached out again. We talked. We cried. She admitted about the having taken care of the thing and how she wished things were different. We tried again, but her behavior didn't change. In December, she developed a thigh hematoma. For those of you who know what that is, go ahead and leave that in the comments. I know Minnie Mom probably knows that one. I was there helping her walk, sitting with her in the ER, taking care of her kids, her house, everything. Later, I realized, number 6, it was almost certainly IV related. She was still using in ways I didn't want to believe. On New Year's Eve, after more lies and distance, I broke. I left voicemail saying I couldn't do it anymore. New Year's Day, you finally grew a pair and told her that enough was more than enough. 2 months later, March 1st, she was Facebook official with someone else. By April, she was looking at my TikTok videos and then blocked me again and was pregnant with him by April, something like that. That was the deepest cut. What happened in November, and then she kept his 3 months later. Looking back, it feels like I got the broken version of her. The addiction, the lies, the secrecy, the chaos. She forgot her M box when she stayed over, and she mixed alcohol with that thing that starts with M. She took extra doses for pain. She even told me once. Number 8, she even told me, I see the concern in your face, but it doesn't count as a relapse. I stood by her through it all, and it still wasn't enough. But now she's smiling in pictures with him, calling him this man, I love you, handsome. She's keeping his baby, and his family loves her. She's got support, stability, and a fresh start to the world. It looks like she's better, that she changed for him. But for me, I'm left with the fact that I loved her harder than anyone, gave her loyalty, stood by her through health scares, and it still wasn't enough. She erased me like I never existed. That's my story, and with an addict avoidant who jumped from me to him, from a having taken care of it with me to having a baby with him. Why is she so different with someone else? Should I have done more? Nephew, the numbers you kept hearing me say, I mean, we got up to 8, and honestly, I zoned out. I might have missed a couple. I mean, the thing of it is that she's an addict, yes. But by definition, so are you. Do you know why that she let you stand by her? Because you would. She knew that you were reliable. Now, look, I'm not going to blame her for some of the things she might do, because I've witnessed people with addiction do some crazy stuff that I knew wasn't them, okay? But at the same time, that doesn't mean that you have to be in the epicenter of that disaster. And here you were, bankrolling outings, probably giving her money, which she was probably telling you was for bills. And look, again, I'm not going to judge either, but the thing of it is that I also wasn't the one deciding that she was good enough for me to commit to. You went through this all over the course of less than 6 months. This is more hurt than you should be able to experience in 2 years in a relationship, and that's if it's dysfunctional. Uncle Bill.
Johnny, I gotta tell you, this story is a perfect crash course in emotional discipline and masculine boundaries. Okay, you
Remember that
dude,
E40 song?
he ignored so many red flags. Like I don't.
Dude. No, he didn't. He ran right at them.
Okay,
He saw them. He just thought that was great.
All right. So again, this is somebody else who doesn't have a program, who doesn't have standards for their life, or if they did, they wouldn't try to build a relationship with somebody who had substance abuse problems like that. Now, she may
I'll bet you a
have
Buffalo
gotten
nickel
over-
that I don't even have that he just thought she was extremely hot. That's what I think happened here.
she didn't get through her addiction issues if she's still drinking and she's on medication for them. So, and the fact that she's combining the medication with alcohol, like she really has a lot more stuff to work out. But this is a mixture of ego and fantasy. Okay.
Oh, dude, it's mostly ego. It's mostly ego. The fantasy was created when he decided to pick her as a girlfriend.
Okay,
The
well,
fantasy happened when he looked at her and said, "Oh, no, I'm good with a commitment with you. Everything that you're showing me is perfectly fine for me to call you my girlfriend and attach my hip to yours."
I don't understand why you're trying to save a woman with that much chaos in her life. Okay?
Oh,
But what I really don't understand,
because he thought what he could bring to her. He didn't think about her bringing the chaos. He thought he was going to bring peace.
well,
That's what it was.
I
And you
feel
know
like
why?
he's
Because he
trying to
saw it in
validate-
movies. Because he
this
heard it in
dude's
music.
Johnny's dude trying to validate his worth by fixing her. Okay, he thinks he can
Oh.
save her. We see this all the time when guys are like, I can fix her, I can save her. That's not what you do, nephew. You don't fix them, you filter them. And this is one that you should have filtered out. I can tell you don't have a vetting process, because if you did have a vetting process, you would have got rid of her way before you got her pregnant.
Yeah,
Now,
no woman has to fix a man, by the way, who has an effective program that works.
all right. So here's the thing. Her action with determination and the continued lies, this reveals her inability to take accountability. Okay. So that should have been a huge red flag. Now, man, this is your reaction. Like, still wanting her to despise this. It's tough.
It really is.
Well, Johnny, it's tough because it reveals his inability to enforce any standards for his own life.
Oh, dude, he's terrified to.
So
Because that means potential abandonment. What he doesn't realize is it also means potential lack of chaos in your future.
well, the universe will always expose whatever weakness you refuse to face through pain. I can tell you this from experience.
Look, if I could spend the rest of my life, if I had a choice between spending the rest of my life dealing with chaos but getting laid regularly, or being on a deserted island in peace, guess what? In the long run,
John, here's the thing. Her moving on, that's not about him.
no,
But that's
not at all.
how he sees it, is she traded up.
Well, why wouldn't he see it that way? I mean, he was trying to fit her program, and now he feels she goes away because, and he's already internalizing it as if, oh, I guess I failed to meet her program. I guess I wasn't the right kind of guy, and he was. He puts that on himself because she moved on first.
Well, okay, here's the thing. She's repeating the pattern. Okay, so it's proof that she didn't learn anything from the last time with him. Because if she did, she would not have repeated that pattern. Angel says, I fell for a pile of red flags before, so I can't judge.
Bruh.
Well, I mean, but the thing of it is, listen, in my dating experience,
I mean, come on. I can't knock you for it either. Sometimes the biggest red flags wear little petite black dresses. I don't know.
oh, dude, absolutely. Sleeve tattoos, neck tattoos, the kind of stuff that we think is hot, that it's going to destroy our lives.
Hey, I love it when they got a couple tattoos.
Oh, dude, so do I. But man, I'm like, oh, yeah, come wreck my life.
Well, here's the thing. A woman can't wreck my life.
No.
It's just not going to happen. I have protocols.
No, we're not 25 anymore.
It's called self-respect. But this nephew here has learned a very hard lesson.
Yeah.
that when a woman's chaos becomes your mission, you fail every time, nephew. Every time. And this is why we tell you that when a woman comes into your life, she's either going to bring chaos or peace with her. And the ones that bring chaos, you have to filter them out, no matter how round their ass is. I'm just telling you.
Absolutely.
Well, here's the thing. The good news is, bro, she saved you and you don't even know it. Like, for real.
Bless that bitch.
Talk about dodging a bullet. Do you understand the problems that the next man is going to have with her?
Yeah. Oh, that's the other thing, too. So now they're smiling in pictures next to each other. I'm not saying creep the profile, but I'm saying in 6 months, maybe check back if you really are that curious. No, but don't do that. What I'm saying, what Bill's saying is that this is somebody who is probably monkey branch from you to him, and it's probably going to monkey branch in the future. So understand that either there's something wrong with her or there's something wrong with your belief in yourself. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's probably a pretty good mixture of both. But the fact of the matter is that because you are hitting your knees, first of all, the kind of detail you were giving me about her new relationship tells me that you know way the hell more about her life than you know about the direction of your own. And that right there has got to stop. Okay, that's the biggest thing that I want to tell you. Because I can appreciate that you're looking for closure, you're looking for answers or anything like that. Well, you know what? Fuck the closure. Forget the answers. Those are not important. That includes the past. And at the very best, something that was right before the present, which, by the way, is still the past. If you are not focusing on you, you are not focusing on your future. If you're not focusing on your future, there's no way you can develop a plan to have a better one, which means you have no program. I would take day one tomorrow morning, whatever the next day after you see this is, and make that day one. Like I told the last guy, make your bed. Do the Johnny Dumbbell Challenge 3 times a week for 4 weeks, then 4 times a week for 4 more weeks. Get your ass up and get your ass moving. And I mean, find out what it is. First of all, find out what it is you need to know about yourself, and then get to like that person, get to love that person, get to want to share that person. Because once you become that person, you're doing the world a disservice if you don't share it. That's how you should feel about yourself before you ever try to have a relationship with somebody else. That is not arrogance. That's self-love. We all need it. Come on, man.
All right. Here's what I would like you to understand, nephew, that you didn't lose her. You lost a version of yourself that tolerated her behavior. So this is a great opportunity for you to change, and I'd like you to take a few things forward. Going forward, when you see red flags, bro, that's not a warning sign. That's a stop sign. Okay. If you're lied to once, you need to assume that there's more to it. Dude, please understand that you can't build peace with somebody who lives in chaos. I've tried it. You just can't do it. Now, I know what you want. And look,
we get it. We get it.
A lot of you young men, you guys want love, but you have to understand that takes 2 stable people. If not, it's just going to turn into a trauma bond. And I've had that too.
And until you know who you are and who you like, and until you like yourself, I can't say you're stable, man.
No, but there is an opportunity for progress. You are going to have to work through some of the pain. You definitely need to emotionally detox from this situation, which you haven't done yet. I like to use yoga. Try pigeon pose, but you should do a lot more for yourself because, like Johnny was saying, you know way more about what she's got going on right now than you should. I say this all the time. If you've ever watched any of the Marvel movies and you know about Thanos had the Infinity Gauntlet. He snapped people out of existence. That's what you need to do with that woman, her new man, and that baby. Snap them out of your reality, sir. They don't exist anymore to you. So, because what you need to do is, your nervous system is kind of wired to this woman and you need to detox it. And you're not going to be able to do that by looking at her Snapchat or her IG or whatever it was you were creeping around on. And I could also tell you're not dating anybody, nephew, because if you were,
No.
if you had other women in your life, you are not going to care about what an ex is doing.
You sure as hell wouldn't know as much detail about her as you do.
Angel says, yes, you can't build peace with chaos.
No.
All right, so we gave him the game. Now, look, a lot of this comes down to how bad you want to change. Do you want to repeat this pattern? Are you tired of feeling like this? Have you had enough? You ready to do what it takes to be uncomfortable for growth? Because that's where real growth lies, is being uncomfortable. So
Precisely.
you're good. Look, you got a lot to do, nephew, but we're here to help. We'd love it if you joined in on the live streams, if you called in, if you asked your questions. We really have your best interests at heart. We really want to be of service. We operate off humility, integrity, and we want to show you how to do the same.
Absolutely.
We're here to help you build a program. We're here to help you establish the things that you're willing to accept and what you're not going to accept under any circumstances. So I don't want to see you repeat this pattern. Let us know if you need a little more help. You need us to go in further. And like I said, I'd love it if you call in and explain yourself, sir.
Yeah, let's hear from you, man. Yeah, we'll follow up with you, but yeah, I mean, again, this is a situation where, yeah, you just got to, you have to establish your own program, make sure you follow it before you even think about asking someone else to. You know, you got to just develop your principles, man. So, we got one more. We got one last one.
All right, shout out to you, nephews, for writing in. I appreciate each and every one of you to take the time to write in. And write me too. Look, Johnny, some of the questions I get, I don't put up on here, and I should, but I always give the nephews the option to, I can forward their question to you. A lot of the questions I get stem from online dating profiles and how to help them build their dating profile a little bit better. So I have.
Oh, we charge extra for that, guys.
Well, I do have general advice I'm willing to give them out. What I like to do, though, is have them send me screenshots. And I've asked a couple of these young men if I could put their profile up and use it as teaching material to show other young men how to set their profiles up, how to take better pictures, how to make yourself more interesting, appealing, how to develop swag, how to develop some style, you know, things that are unique to you. But a lot of them don't want me to put their profile out there, Johnny, but I still help them out. I still want to be of service. I still give them the game on how to build a solid profile, and I still appreciate.
And look, guys, if you would like to have your profile dissected online by us, please send it to us. I mean, you know, we'll be happy to help you out.
Absolutely.
Screenshots are fine. We don't need access to anything. All right, so my ex showed up at my house again. I had broken up with her because I took what Johnny Dumbbell told me to do and said, I am no longer going to put up with being treated with disrespect. As she stood in my doorway, explaining to me all the reasons that she thinks I should take her back, I couldn't help but wonder, who would win in a fight between Batman and Iron Man?
Hey, Johnny, Angel's writing in here. She says, I need a date with Mr. William. How can I make that happen? Angel, I am so tempted to have you call up right now so we can discuss this, but I got some things to say to you that the nephews probably shouldn't hear and the algorithm might not like either. So
I'll rating it up. It's okay.
We could definitely make that happen. I'll let you know when I don't have my kids and we'll put something together.
All right.
All right. So
anyway.
Sorry, what were you saying? Batman and Iron Man?
I'm going to say, yeah, I got to be honest with you. I love the Iron Man suit.
But talking about two billionaires, they probably come together and figure out a plan. I mean, Tony Stark and Bruce Wayne, they both have very high IQs, dog. I don't see them fighting about much.
Yeah, but at the same time, I mean, I feel like, you know, assuming they had to, you know, I mean, like, you know, especially, you know, it's like make believe. So. No, but I would like to say, like, if it came down to firepower, though, I mean, like, Batman's got gadgets, like, like, whoa, you know what I'm saying? I would have to say, man, Tony Stark's got that blaster, but Batman always kind of figures out a way.
Bruce Wayne's a bad motherfucker, bro. He
is,
would
dude.
do something to disable the suit, man. He really would. He would have something on his
Easily
on his little belt and.
Oh, absolutely.
All right, so look, Johnny, we're gonna be back Thursday night with
yes, sir.
Another Bumble episode where we're breaking down the game, trying to find me a date. There you go, Angel. Why don't we get you on Bumble? We'll help you build a solid profile.
Oh, well, yeah, we should think about having a guest for that.
And I'm sure what I'm saying we'll match. So there's that too. All right, Johnny. So, hey, nephews, thanks for watching. Thanks for liking.
Seriously.
We appreciate you. We'll be back Thursday night with Bumble. And thanks for watching. Anything?
That's right, guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right, guys. Remember now, be safe. Remember, if you drink, don't drive, and if you drive, don't park, because accidents cause people. Good night.
Yeah.